with an annual payroll of $57 million. And so these are people who, not all, and I don't want to vilify anybody, but let's just say, Andy, that they're not all working precisely in the same direction that we are. That their vision for the future of America and the federal investment in transportation may not include bicycling and safe bike facilities to the degree that we would like to see. So how are we going to make up for that? Well, with events like last night, with campaigns like peopleforbikes.org, with great national organizations and great leaders like you've heard from today. So it's a very important time for us. It's a very exciting time. And now is really, let me tell you a little bit more about the campaign. So, getting back to the federal dough, and this is something that John does a very good and concise job of talking about. You can see the steady increase from 1992 to last year in federal funding for bicycling. And we know that with a little bit more money on top of that 1.4, if we can get that to $2 billion or $3 billion in the next federal transportation bill, it can make a huge difference. So one of the things that we know, and we're doing a better job than ever at proving this, is that bicycling investments are cost effective. A lot of good things happen. Not only do you get more people on bikes, but you save money on parking, you adjust road congestion, you help with air quality concerns. Mayors of big cities just absolutely now recognize the cost effectiveness and value of bicycling investments. So we have a lot of allies there. And so, we have a lot of allies, period. The Secretary of Transportation, Ray LaHood, how many of you have heard of him? So he's a Republican congressman from Peoria, Illinois, and he has turned out to be the #1 bike advocate there is. In some ways, better than any of us. I mean, he has a blog. It's called Life in the Fast Lane, or the Fast Lane, right? Is Fast Lane, Andy? Yeah. And so this guy writes about bicycling and the issues in a really provocative, convincing, sophisticated way. And he actually wrote a column maybe a month or two ago that argued why people who will never ride bikes in their lives should support the federal investment in bicycling. How it benefits every motorist, every person who only drives a truck or takes transit or is involved in shipping. And that's a pretty sophisticated argument. And to have somebody like that as our Secretary of Transportation, we're pretty lucky. Okay, so we've got mayors, we've got him, we've got support from governors, and we really have better stats and facts. Mia shared a lot of them. And we have great organizations, but the one thing we're missing is there's this huge gap. And this is the key point. We have 200,000 people in the United States who are really engaged in bike advocacy at any level. And over here we've got 50 million people. Yeah, 50 million who rode a bike last year or this year at least a few times, and people who got personal enjoyment out of it, and people who to varying degrees recognize that when people ride bikes, great things happen. So that's the goal of the campaign, is simply to unify those people. And we went to Cole McVoy, a Minneapolis ad agency, to help us with it. And I think that you never really know. And you never want to be overconfident. You can't go into something as bold or as unprecedented as this and think that you've done a good job. And we don't know yet. I mean, we have 55,000 pledge signers, and with your help, we'll get to 100 in the next 30 days, and then we'll keep going. But people have praised the campaign. They've said it's unifying, it's positive, it's well branded.